Hey everybody, if you've just joined us from our saw video or how to remove widowmakers from camp video, you're very welcome. If you haven't seen that video, there'll be a link or annotation somewhere here on screen in front of you. If you're watching this video for the first time, very welcome to a Skogok Mark. I'm Joe Price. Ida Olsen is behind the camera today.
Hello everyone.
So I just love the way you do that. So today we're going to show you how to make a whipping, a very common whipping. Sorry, sometimes I get very Conor McGregor with my Irish accent. So we're going to make a whipping. And a whipping is a lashing, or sorry, a lashing is a lashing and a whipping is a whipping. But it's a great way to, you see people protect axe collars with them. Like in the silky saw video, you'll see me attach it to there to use for sawing high limbs, making spears. It's got 101 uses and it's very simple to make with some paracord. So I'm going to show you how to make that now, if Ida wants to come in closer. So we have what's going to start our whipping here. You can see I've left this end frayed just so we can differentiate between the end that's kind of shorter and the end that we're going to be wrapping around our stick. It can be hard to start whippings because you have this end up here which is going to lock it all together, and then you got these two loose ends. So if you have a way to secure it, or if you have a second pair of hands like I do today, or some duct tape or whatever, have at it. But the most important part of your whipping, as you can see down here, is that we're going to take this end, which we're going to use to wrap everything, and we're going to come around it, around the back, and we're going to go across the top. So we do that again. We get our little, it's all hands and thumbs, unfortunately. As you can see, around the back, and across the top. And that is the most important part of the start of our whipping. So you want it to sit on top of each other. I'll just put a few whips in and I'll show you a really fast method for whipping your stick, or whipping your axe collar, or whatever it is you choose to do. So here we go, we got it all nice and tight and cinched down. So that is how it should start, all sitting on top of each other there. So now our whipping should look like that, and you can see our frayed end is standing here and the end that we're going to work with is here. So again, rather than having to spill loops of rope around it and go over yourself and get caught on it, you can stand on the long end, and this way you can also create an awful lot of tension. Your loop won't go sliding this way, your ends won't disappear, so you can pull that really tight and you can roll down towards your foot, making it all nice and adjustable, and then you pull it up, and you can see now that is getting really tight. Our whipping is getting super tight. In fact, this is how you used to whip brooms. So I'll go down nice and slow again. And when it gets close, I can put some pressure with my foot, pressure with my hands, and pull that nice and tight. So again, if you have the limbs, use the limbs. And we continue like this all the way up. And besides other uses for whippings, you have axe collar protections, you got brooms. It's a great way to decorate some pieces. If you make a walking stave, it's always nice to do these wraps on the handles if you're in scouts. Here we go. And the last bit is out. So I'm going to show you now how to finish it. So now I've just inverted it here. You can see my frayed end is still there, and then I got what's left of my end that was underneath my shoe just here, and your loop. You don't want to wrap up and over this loop because this is the locking mechanism for your whipping. So simply come around it a couple of times till you feel you've got enough. That's about as much as I would like it there. You slip it through the loop and pull it across itself. So you will see there that it would look something like that. You've passed through the loop. So now we make it all nice. Taking your loose end, or my frayed end, you simply pull this down and you can see how that bites in there, and you can dress it up and make it nice. Now if you have your whipping super tight like it should be, you may want to leave this tail super long to wrap it around a frapping stick to give you some tension. Normally with paracord that will move pretty freely, but sometimes you have to give a bit of a force. Don't leave yourself a small tail that you're trying to pinch. Like I said, make sure you leave a tail that you can wrap around, or get a grip of with a pliers, or use your full strength of your hand to pull that down. And then once that is there, you can choose to trim it off and decorate it as you will. You can see you could trim this off here, you can trim this off here, or if you want to use it again, you can leave some extra length here, make a clove hitch around the back, and then when you want to pull it out, you simply do this and you're able to retrieve your cord again. So that is your whipping.